Sempre che te pregunto che quando convido tu siempre me respondes quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperado.
Every 2 seconds, a person is forced to flee their home. Nearly 71 million people around the world have been forcibly displaced, more than ever before. One is Merian Soria, who now lives in Berlin. Every month, she sends money to Venezuela so that her family doesn't go hungry.
Hola, hija.
Hola.
Hola, mi amor.
Dile bendición.
Bendición.
¿Cómo está mi pequeñita?
Bien.
Regálame un besito. ¡Mua!
Sempre che te pregunto che quando convido tu siempre me respondes quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperado.
¿Cuánto tiempo tienes en los Estados Unidos?
Bueno, imagínate, tengo muchísimo tiempo. Hoy es 14 de noviembre, hoy cumplo 23 años que yo llegué a este país. 23 años, el tiempo bueno. Yo vengo de Maracay, el estado de Aragua, donde está el Henry Pittier, un parque muy grande allá en Venezuela, de esa zona vengo yo. Extraño mucho de Venezuela. Extraño primero que nada mi gente, mi familia, tengo mucha familia en Venezuela todavía, muchos tíos, tías, primos. Extraño ese calor de esa familia, que es lo que no puedes reemplazar. Claro que sí, extraño comidas, extraño lugares donde crecí, todo eso, las playas, obviamente extraño mucho las playas, pero yo pienso que lo más difícil es no poder abrazar a tu familia.
I grew up in Cumaná, which is on the eastern side of the country, but I was born in Chile, and then my parents moved to Venezuela when I was 2 years old. So I guess I'm from Cumaná. The United States is a destination for anyone who wants to look for opportunities, right? It's still, one of the countries with the most opportunities in the world. It's pretty diverse. The people are very welcoming. But I think being an immigrant my whole life, because like I said, I was born in Chile and I grew up in Venezuela, so I've always been an immigrant, I guess. And what I would always say to anyone who wants to immigrate, obviously when it comes to the United States, it applies as well, is integrate with the culture, apport what you bring, make sure that you add value to where you're coming, and don't expect the people that are receiving you to adapt to you. It's got to be the other way around. When you come in, you have to come in with an open mind, knowing that there's people and there's a whole society that has been doing it like this for a long time, and you may or may not like it, but you just got to adapt yourself and then bring the good things of your culture.
la mejor que he hecho de todas y la cagué.
I'm from Valencia, New York, Caracas. I miss my family. I still have my mom is there, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. I miss hanging out with them for Christmas and New Year's and just getting together with them. That's always going to be a part that I will always miss.
¿Qué sabes de la crisis en Venezuela?
It's sad, but there's also so much beauty there. And most recently, I've been following people on Instagram and YouTube, and I became one of my kids with following people on Instagram. And their mission in life is just to show the beauty in Venezuela. And you start following them and you start thinking that that's a reality. It's funny how what you see is what you believe. I see so much of what they present and the beauty of it that I forget the crisis, really. And they talk about the lack of gasoline and food and the lines and the medicine and all the things that are wrong. I think especially the gasoline is a huge problem right now. But they carry gasoline, tanks of gasoline in the car if they're going to go from one city to another because there's no gas stations in between, which I think is crazy. But they get there, they get to where they're going, and it's an amazing, beautiful place. And they show all this nature, like Angel Falls and the beach and all these places that I didn't get a chance to go when I leave there, and I want to go back and I want to go see it by myself. So they inspire me and they make me want to go back. I don't think so much about the bad, and it's there and it's it hasn't changed. I don't know what's gonna need to happen to change, but I try to focus on the good stuff and not on the bad stuff so much.
Sempre che te pregunto.
Thank you so much, Edenia, for thinking of me and for inviting me to capture a video for your class. This is super exciting to know that it's going to be received by a big audience so people can learn about my country and your country. So I'm super excited and grateful for the invitation. So I was born in Caracas, Venezuela in 1969. I reveal my age so you guys know how old I am. But we moved to St. Louis. I got married in Venezuela and moved to St. Louis 23 years ago. So since then, I only live here in St. Louis. So it's a great city and I'm super happy to be here. And thanks to St. Louis, I get to meet people like Edenia and her sister Elenia and many other people from the community that have moved from Venezuela, different cities in the country that have moved here, and we have made great friendships. So I moved here, as I said, 23 years ago. So I've been able to do a lot of sightseeing. So I love a lot of places in St. Louis, and we are lucky that a lot of the places that you go are free, which is amazing compared to other cities. So living in St. Louis has been great in terms of it's pretty, I wouldn't say cheap, but it's economical compared to other cities. So one of my favorite places is the Forest Park. It's just such a beautiful park. People walking, running, biking. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And then it has the zoo inside, which is free. I don't go there anymore because I don't have little kids, but I remember taking my kids when they were little, and it's just such a great, pretty place. Weddings are celebrated there. There's a lot going on in that park.
So a lot of beauty in that area. So that's really unfortunate, seeing a country so rich in natural resources and how politicians have just destroyed our country. But I'm, hopeful that it's gonna get better. At least, I went a couple of months ago to see my parents, and you can find everything. Really, a few years ago, you couldn't find basic foods. Now you can find everything. The problem is that not everybody can afford it. So it's just that discrepancy is like, okay, now we have the food, but then people can afford it. So it's just really sad to see really people struggling with food and medicine and basic needs. So it's really unfortunate.
I don't know. So, I've been here almost half of my life. I feel like this is home now, and even though I grew up there and all my roots are from there, this is home for me. So for the longest time I thought, get out of there. If you're there and you can, go somewhere else, move to a different country, just go. But I see a lot of people really wanting to make a change, and really, it's really hard. It's really hard to become someone there, or like to succeed in there. If you're a doctor, or if you're an architect, or an accountant, whatever you are, there's just no jobs. There's just the what you get for what you do is just not enough. What you get paid to buy a house, to buy a car. Heck, there's not even cars available to buy. So it's hard for me to advise anyone. I think I have advised people to go, but I just realized how hard it is, especially now after so many years of, like, it's gotten so bad that in order for someone to leave the country, you would need an insane amount of money to be able to even go get a passport. So, like, if I were there in that situation anymore, I would just focus on the positive and just try to, kind of what people are doing there, just focus on the positive and not on the negative, and just try to make the best out of it. And in the end, happiness is just not about who you are, like what you are, like what you do. It's in within. Like, happiness is just, it comes from you. No matter where you are, you can be a millionaire and you can be so unhappy that, you just gotta make the best out of it. So, yeah, if you can't get out and if you can't do something, there's a lot that you're gonna have to give away and give up, like just your family, number one. You're not gonna be able to see them whenever you want, but it's just, you gotta put it in a balance. Like, what do you want?
Thank you so much.